Hey friends, it's Allison. I just came back from a very short 20-minute run around the neighborhood, and I have been thinking about a quick workout that a client asked for, and so I wanted to record it so that you have it, and you can grab your weights. We're going to be working out with a mat. You'll see I'm barefoot. I feel like that gives me a nice base to work with. I can really spread my toes and feel the ground underneath me. And then also a yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block, a thick book could work, or even we're going to be squeezing it between our thighs, so like a squishy ball if you have one of those. We're going to start in tabletop position, so come down to tabletop. Once you're here, just make sure wrists are underneath your shoulders, hips are over your knees. Take a breath in. Try and feel the breath pressing up into your upper back. So inhale, pulling the shoulder blades apart slightly, and exhale, tailbone pulls under. And then inhale, just go back to neutral. So neutral is just your regular positioning. And then as you exhale, tuck under the tailbone around the shoulders just a little bit. And then come back to neutral. Be mindful that your neutral does not allow the tailbone to really spike up and then you're dumping into your lower back. So neutral is not into your cow pose. So again, inhale, breath, and then exhale, tailbone under. Shoulder blades gently apart, just a slight cat. And then come back neutral. Take a breath here. Inhale, tuck your toes, pull your tailbone under and press yourself back, lengthening out the arms and flexing a bit in the spine. And then exhale this time, come forward, untuck the toes, neutral. Again, inhale, tuck the toes, tuck the pelvis, tailbone under, pull back. Try and expand as much as possible in the lower back. Exhale, come forward. And then last one. Tuck the toes, breathe in, tailbone under, press yourself back. And then exhale, come back forward. We're gonna lay down onto our back. So flip over on the back, finding our way into an isometric pose here. You're gonna lift your knees right over your hips. Be careful that your knees aren't way into your chest. So right over the hips, check it. And then flex the ankles. Press your hands into your thighs. Press your thighs back into your hands and try and relax your shoulders, make the neck long. Big breath in, into the belly, into the rib cage, all around the front, sides, and backs of the ribs expanding. And then as you exhale, feel like your tailbone is pulling toward the front edge of your mat, really drawing your shoulders away. You'll hopefully feel your abdominals engage here. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, really feel the lower back drawing toward the ground. You're not tucking the pelvis under. You're pulling the tailbone away from the crown of the head. 1 more breath in. Exhale, breath. And then we're gonna take our hands down alongside us and do some heel or toe taps. So taking your right leg, keeping it 90 degrees, take it away from you. Heel goes toward the ground. It may not touch or it may touch. Heel taps, or I said you could do toe as well. So if you want to reach the toe down, more plantar flexion in the ankle, you can do that. But either one, heel or toe taps, taking the leg away, pulling it in. Things to notice when you're doing this: if you don't at all feel it in your abdominals, you only feel it in your lower back feels like it's springing off the ground, I want you to take a moment, reset. You might even want to place a small towel, like a little tea towel, kitchen towel, underneath your lower back, just to give you some reference to press into it. And then you may also want to only lower your leg halfway. And it's really small, but you should really start to feel the deep abdominal muscles here working into the TVA muscles as opposed to just the 6-pack. So lowering and then scooping back up, so slow. If you want to advance this, you're going to take opposite arm away, so right arm as the left leg goes down, come in, and then other side. Good work. About 5 more here, nice and slow. Again, how is your lower back? Really, really be honest, because we don't want the lower back to overwork. We want the abdominals to get the work, and the hip flexors here are also getting the work. So if you're feeling all in the lower back, you can shoot me a note. Love to help you figure that out. All right, everybody. One last one, left leg forward, right arm back, and then hug everything in. Rock yourself side to side. And then rock yourself front to back. And rolling like a ball, I should say, is actually really great, healthy work to flex the spine. Come up to standing. Once you are up at standing, you're gonna grab yourself like a small book, or I have here a little board that I'm using to elevate my heels. So this is to help us in our squat. If you have heels flat to the ground, then what tends to happen is you're going to have to overwork the dorsiflexion as we do our squat with heels elevated. You take some of that flexion out of the ankles. So grab your yoga block. If you're using a ball, you can get that. Squeeze it between your thighs. Grab your weight, or do choose to do just body weight, it's great as well. If you're using the weight, you're using one goblet style, holding it here at the top. Take a breath in. Exhale. Feel the abdominals engage. Tailbone under slightly, and then breathe in, lower, keeping your torso over your pelvis. Come up, exhale, squeeze everything. Inhale, lower. As you lower, you're trying to relax through the glutes, the pelvic floor. You're exhaling, coming up. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to come up. Inhale, exhale. Things to notice that you might be doing without realizing it is cracking here and where you're letting the tailbone stick out, your chest stick out. So really torso over the pelvis. Think of lifting this yoga block that's between the thighs up towards your face as you go down, and then all the way up. Good. Last few. Breath is in as you go down, out as you come up. Last one. Good work. Place the weight down gently, especially if it's a heavy one. Take the yoga block away from you, or the ball, whatever you were using. Find your way onto the mat into a plank position. So plank can be knees off the ground or knees down. Shoulders are pulling away from one another. Heart is moving forward. And then again, feel this in your abs and not in your back. If you're feeling in your back, it's most likely that you're sticking your butt up. So really pull the tail under. Exhale the breath. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Exhale. We're gonna do some mountain climbers. So nice and slow first. Right knee in, take it back. Left knee in, take it back. Keep going. Notice here if you're starting to tense your bum, try not to do that. Keep your heart forward, your gaze forward. So the last little bit, let's start running out the mountain climbers. Good work, stay with it. Last 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Feet as wide as the hips, press into the hands. Having tight hamstrings here is normal, so bend the knees a little, drop your head. And then walk yourself forward. Come up to standing. Get your wall space, and then grab some weights. So we're gonna do a wall sit. So with wall sits, I'll do it here so you can see. I want the feet away from the wall. Sturdy wall, everyone. So make sure you aren't pressing up against something that might fall over. Sink down, and then I left my yoga block over there. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna squeeze the block between my thighs. So once you're there, block is between your thighs. You're doing your wall sit. I'll now face you. I want you to get as low as you can, ideally where your knees and your hips are in one line. Okay, squeeze your block, hands down alongside you, hug in here, feel the ribs pull in, and then we're gonna curl, bicep curls. Squeeze block, squeeze up with the arms. Good work. Just like we worked on with the dying bugs, and really everything. If you're feeling that lower back, spring off the wall here. I want you to feel a lengthening, tailbone pulling down and under, away from the crown of the head. Nice, focused work here. Press in the feet. Feel like you're drawing your feet back toward the wall. I don't know, I've lost count. Let's do 5 more. Curls. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very gently come away from the wall. Take this block away from you, and then you're gonna lie down on your back. Setting up for some bridge lifts with some chest presses. So with the bridge lift, when you lie down, the further away your feet are from your bum, the more you're gonna get hamstrings to work. The closer in, the less, right? So if you want more hamstring work, a little further away is great. Grab your yoga block, squeeze it between your thighs, grab a pair of weights for a chest press. So you know how much you want to use for chest press. And then we're going to take our elbows wide. Excuse me, as I push this away. Elbows are wide, they're in line with my shoulders. I'm going to squeeze my block, exhale my breath. As I exhale, again, that lengthening from crown of head to tailbone, pull the tailbone away. Press into the feet, lift the hips up. Squeeze up here through the glutes, press down the feet, feel the feet are trying to pull back to your tush, so you get your hamstrings to work. And then inhale, exhale. Next inhale, lower the hips, reach the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the hips up, bend the elbows out to the side. Arms up, hips down, hips up, arms down. So once you get the movement here, just make sure you're still squeezing your block. You're still feeling the evenness of the feet, both feet evenly pressing into the ground and gently trying to pull back toward you. Up and down. Good work. If you're feeling it all in the lower back, you know I'm going to say this again. Make sure you're creating a plank-like body from tailbone to shoulders as you lift up and down. Not cracking at that low rib area. Let's do 5 more. Up and down. And I'm just tapping or even hovering my hips as they go down. I'm not resting. 2 more. And last one. Everything comes down. Put the weights to the side. Put the block to the side. Hug your knees in. Good. We're going to finish with 1 more abdominal work. And then here's the great thing. You want to do this again, you have extra time, repeat the cycle. Repeat all of it. So legs are going to go to the sky here. Hamstrings feel tight, you're probably going to have bent knees, and that's totally fine. Just be careful again not to bring the knees too close into the body. So knees can be bent, but knees over hips or legs straight up. Big breath in. Exhale the breath. Lower right leg, maybe halfway. For others, if you feel like you can go lower as far as you can, as long as you're not allowing the lower back to lift off. And then switch, other side. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up. If you want more, your head and neck feel okay, lift head and shoulders off the ground, reach the arms, and then again, leg lifts here. If you want more of a Pilates leg lift, Pilates practitioners grab their leg at the top here, pull in twice, and you make this shh, shh sound. Inhale, switch, shh, shh, inhale, switch. What I like about this one is it does help you lengthen hamstrings as you're getting your abs, hip flexors work. You're getting this nice little hamstring lengthening as you pull in. Shh, shh. Breathe in, shh, shh. Quick little exhales. Good, last 3, 2, and 1. Rest everything to the ground, take the feet nice and wide, open the arms like a cactus, and just let your knees fall side to side. And then allow yourself to come back to center. You can keep the feet wide and just knock the knees together. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Close the eyes for just a few moments. So as I mentioned, this is meant to be a quick workout, but if you would like To repeat it, I would definitely recommend twice more with all of those things, to have like a full, really strong session. But if you only have time for one round of this, that is totally good. You have shown up, you've done the work. Well done. I'm really proud that you were here with me. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me a note, and I'm going to invite you to stay in your rest as long as you need. But for time's sake, I now bid you farewell. Have a beautiful rest of your day.